Manchester United fans, we've all been there. The excitement, the heartbreak, and everything in between. But let's be real. Sometimes, a fresh start is what the team needs. With Ruben Amorim at the helm, this could be the perfect time for a reset. Today, we'll talk about 7 players who, for various reasons, might not fit into Amorim's vision for United. Let's dig in. Mason Mount. Mason Mount came to Old Trafford with a hefty price tag, around £55 million from Chelsea. But his performance hasn't justified the investment. Technically, Mount hasn't adapted well to United's midfield structure. His work rate is solid, but his creativity and goal contributions have been underwhelming. Mount's signing was a questionable decision. Was he really needed when players like Bruno Fernandes and Eriksen are already in the squad? Or, at that time, Ten Hag wanted a duet Mount with Bruno Fernandes? If so, it is much better watching Mr. Bean duet with Mick Jagger. Plus, frequent injuries have further reduced his availability. Amorim needs dynamic midfielders, and Mount hasn't proven he can consistently deliver. The stupidity of United or Ten Hag management which resulted in United has been robbed by Chelsea. Unfortunately, there is currently no news of any other clubs interested in signing Mount unless United continue to pay him a bloody blind wage and hospital bills. Marcus Rashford. Rashford is a fan favourite, and rightly so. His performances last season were phenomenal. But only last season. This season, it's been a different story. Technically, Rashford struggles with consistency. His decision-making in the final third is often questionable, and he can disappear in big games. Unfortunately, when Rashford is involved in the build-up play, he is often the player who ruins the rhythm and hope of the rest of the team, and the fans alike. Off the pitch, his high wages put added pressure on his performances. Ruben Amorim's system relies on forwards who are not just pacey but also intelligent in their movements and efficient in their finishing. Rashford has the potential, but is it time for a change of scenery? Christian Eriksen. Christian Eriksen's signing was initially seen as a masterstroke, an experienced, creative midfielder on a free transfer. However, at 32 years old, Eriksen lacks the stamina and defensive capability to thrive in Amorim's high-intensity system. Injury concerns are another issue. His heart condition, while expertly managed, limits his ability to play consistently at the top level. Amorim will need a younger, more robust playmaker to build his midfield around. Selling him in the upcoming winter transfer window would be the right decision considering his contract expires next summer. Antony came with a massive price tag of £86 million, but has he lived up to the hype? Technically, Antony is a flashy player, but his one-dimensional style limits his effectiveness. He relies heavily on cutting inside from the right wing, making him predictable. Did Ten Hag buy this player who needed some entertainment spinning around the pitch to lift his mood? Amorim will want disciplined players who can handle the pressures of playing for United. Antony might be better off finding a fresh start elsewhere. It is the right time for Amorim to sell this player because his price is trending down due to his inability to adapt in the team and the toughness of the Premier League, unless the management still needs banter entertainment. Casemiro. This might be a controversial take, but hear me out. Casemiro has been a fantastic defensive midfielder and experienced, but at 32, he's beginning to show signs of slowing down. His performances this season have been inconsistent, especially against faster and more physical opponents. Amorim's system requires a mobile, press-resistant midfielder who can transition quickly. Casemiro's decline and high wages make him a potential candidate for replacement. It's time for Amorim to give Casemiro one last chance until Kobbie Mainoo recovers and duets with Ugarte. Victor Lindelof. Lindelof has been a reliable squad player, but is he good enough to be a starter? Even he has no pace. Technically, he lacks the physicality and aggression needed to dominate and dictate the Premier League attackers. Lindelof's ceiling has been reached, and Amorim might prefer to invest in younger, more dynamic defenders who align with his aggressive playing style. Selling him immediately would be a wise decision before his contract expires next year. Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw is one of United's longest-serving players, but injuries have hampered his consistency. Technically, Shaw is excellent going forward, but often caught out defensively. With his injury record, Amorim might look for a more reliable option at left back. Harry Amass, from Academy, is the best answer. Shaw's presence on the team is symbolic of United's reluctance to move on from underperforming players. It's time to inject fresh blood into the squad. Just as keeping Mount would only pay his hospital bills, selling Shaw immediately is the best decision Amorim can make to clear out the sick players and only burden the club's balance sheet. Change is never easy, especially at a club as historic as Manchester United. But sometimes, and now, it's necessary. These players have had their moments of brilliance, but football is a game of evolution. Ruben Amorim has a chance to redefine United's identity. Let's hope he makes the tough decisions needed to bring glory back to Old Trafford. What do you think? Comment below. That's all for today, mates. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Let us know in the comments who you think should stay or go. Until next time, glory, glory, Man United.